In a small town, the disappearance of a beloved young woman named Angel Craig sent shockwaves through the community. Friends and family remembered her as vibrant, caring, and full of life. But one fateful evening in 2010, Angel vanished without a trace, leaving behind a web of unanswered questions and a growing sense of dread. As investigators began to dig deeper, they uncovered a complex tapestry of relationships, secrets, and chilling revelations that would forever alter the lives of those who loved her. Stay with us as we unravel the unsettling case of Angel Craig, a true crime mystery that raises haunting questions about trust, betrayal, and the dark underbelly of a seemingly quiet town. Angel Craig was known for her infectious laughter and kind heart. Raised in a close-knit family in a small town in Kentucky, she was the type of person who lit up any room she entered. With dreams of becoming a teacher, Angel was beloved by her students and fellow educators alike. However, on the evening of November 17, 2010, everything changed. Angel was last seen leaving her job at a local fast food restaurant, where she had worked to save money for college. As the sun set that night, Angel's absence began to raise alarm bells. She was a creature of habit, and her friends and family quickly reported her missing when she failed to return home. A search party was organized, and the local community rallied together, combing the nearby woods, parks, and neighborhoods. Despite their efforts, there was no sign of Angel. As hours turned into days, hope began to dwindle. Law enforcement quickly stepped in, launching a full-scale investigation into Angel's disappearance. They began interviewing her friends, family, and co-workers, trying to piece together her last known movements. The police learned that on the night she disappeared, Angel had been with a friend named Jamie. They had gone out for a few drinks, but the night had taken an unexpected turn. Reports surfaced that they had gotten into a heated argument. Jamie claimed they had parted ways around 10 p.m., and that was the last anyone had seen of Angel. As investigators delved into Jamie's account, they found inconsistencies that raised suspicion. Why had Jamie waited until the next day to report Angel missing? Why didn't she try to contact Angel or reach out to her family? Jamie became a person of interest, and the police began to scrutinize her alibi. They discovered that Jamie had a troubled history, including previous run-ins with the law, raising further red flags. Days turned into weeks, and the community was still reeling from the shock of Angel's disappearance. Friends organized vigils, plastered flyers across town, and shared her story on social media, determined to keep her memory alive. The outpouring of support was overwhelming, yet Angel's family felt the weight of uncertainty pressing down on them. Each day that passed without any leads felt like an eternity. Meanwhile, the investigation continued. Law enforcement followed up on every lead, exploring various theories about Angel's fate. They examined surveillance footage from nearby establishments, hoping to catch a glimpse of her that fateful night. But as they scoured video after video, the trail grew colder. The media coverage intensified, painting a picture of a small town grappling with the unimaginable, a young woman vanishing into thin air. Months went by, and as winter approached, hope began to fade. The community was still searching for answers, but as time passed, they were confronted with the harsh reality that Angel might never return. The police had not given up, though. They continued to investigate every possible lead, including the digital trail left behind by Angel's social media accounts. As investigators dug deeper, they discovered something unsettling. Angel had been in contact with a man named Josh, whom she had met online. While the police were initially focused on Jamie, this new lead prompted them to take a closer look at Josh's involvement. They learned that he had a history of troubling behavior and had been known to exhibit stalker-like tendencies. It was unclear if he had ever met Angel in person, but the authorities were determined to find out. They brought Josh in for questioning, but he claimed to have no knowledge of Angel's whereabouts. His alibi was shaky, and detectives struggled to reconcile his chain of events with the timeline of Angel's disappearance. Still, without solid evidence linking him to her case, they had no grounds to hold him. As the investigation continued, Angel's family refused to let her memory fade. They pushed for answers, demanding that law enforcement consider every angle, every possible lead. With their relentless determination, they engaged private investigators and even took to the media to ensure that the case remained in the public eye. The family's tenacity inspired the community to keep the search for Angel alive, but the pressure began to weigh heavily on law enforcement. The Cold Case Unit took over the investigation, employing new techniques and technology to comb through existing evidence. They examined forensic evidence, reanalyzed witness statements, and explored previously overlooked leads. The investigation had become a complex web of connections, each thread leading to another question, another possible suspect. Just when it seemed like the case was at a standstill, new information came to light. A witness came forward, claiming to have seen Angel and Jamie in a heated argument outside the fast food restaurant on the night of her disappearance. The witness described seeing a struggle, raising the possibility that something more sinister had occurred. Law enforcement began to shift their focus back to Jamie, exploring the possibility that she may have played a role in Angel's fate. As they re-examined Jamie's statements and her actions that night, the pieces started to come together. A deeper look into Jamie's history revealed a pattern of aggressive behavior and strained relationships. Friends and family began to wonder if there was more to her story than she had let on. In 2013, 3 years after Angel's disappearance, the case took a shocking turn. Jamie was arrested for unrelated charges and, during questioning, made a series of alarming statements. In a moment of frustration, she alluded to knowing what had happened to Angel. The police seized on this opportunity, interrogating her intensely. As the investigation continued to unfold, they found damning evidence against Jamie. Forensic analysis of her phone revealed texts exchanged with Angel that hinted at escalating tension and conflict. The authorities also discovered a troubling message that Jamie had sent to a friend, which suggested she was aware of Angel's fate. The evidence began to mount, leading law enforcement to believe that Jamie knew far more than she had disclosed. In 2014, Jamie was formally charged with Angel's murder. The trial was a media sensation, capturing the attention of the nation. Angel's family was finally getting the answers they had fought so hard to uncover. The courtroom was filled with emotion as friends and family shared their memories of Angel, painting a picture of a young woman full of promise whose life had been cut tragically short. Throughout the trial, Jamie maintained her innocence, claiming she had nothing to do with Angel's disappearance. However, the prosecution painted a vivid picture of a troubled friendship that had taken a dark turn, fueled by jealousy, anger, and betrayal. As witnesses testified and evidence was presented, the truth began to unravel. Ultimately, the jury found Jamie guilty of second-degree murder. The verdict brought a mixture of relief and sorrow to Angel's family. They had fought tirelessly for justice, but the pain of losing Angel would never truly fade. The case had revealed the hidden darkness in their small town, and while they had gained some closure, it was a bittersweet victory. As Jamie was led away in handcuffs, the community was left to grapple with the implications of what had occurred. The tragedy of Angel Craig's disappearance had rocked their world, and the impact would be felt for years to come. Friends and family held on to the memory of Angel, vowing to keep her spirit alive while advocating for others who had suffered similar fates. In the aftermath, Angel's story became a rallying cry for change. The community worked to strengthen support systems for young women, emphasizing awareness of healthy relationships and the importance of speaking out against domestic violence. Angel's case served as a painful reminder of the dangers that can lurk beneath the surface and the vital need for vigilance in protecting those we love. The story of Angel Craig remains a haunting reminder of how quickly life can change. It serves as a testament to the power of community, the resilience of love, and the ongoing fight for justice. In the years since, her family has continued to honor her memory through advocacy and outreach, ensuring that Angel's legacy lives on. As we reflect on this unsettling case, we are reminded of the fragility of life and the importance of standing up for one another. Angel Craig's story is a call to action, urging us all to be vigilant and compassionate, to look out for our friends and family, and to never take a moment for granted. If you found this story compelling, consider subscribing to our channel. Join us as we explore more true crime mysteries, uncovering the stories behind the headlines and shining a light on the lives affected by crime. Together, we can ensure that these important stories are told and remembered, honoring the lives of those who have been lost. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's continue this journey together.